All right, so 1-1. It is a tie. It is a best of three. So only one team can move on from here. The real question is, who's it gonna be?
I don't know. I think these teams seem to be very evenly matched. Obviously, we're going to a game three. They kind of mirror each other in their macro focus.
Right.
I'd kind of like to see some Abathur play. New guys seem to use it very well on the Cursed Hollow game. So either a ban or a pick from either side would be nicer.
Okay. Okay. You think we're gonna see a Malthael pick? That's the real question.
Uh,
Are we gonna stick with the bans, the non-stop bans?
I don't think New Guys is going to ban it. If they don't, then TQ probably will, and New Guys is going to try and open up a possibility for them to get, either the Abathur or the Haka on the first pick.
Okay. Okay. All right. A new Brack ban. Okay. I smell my cheese senses are tingling. I mean, let's see. You know what? Do you happen to remember the second ban TQ did in the last game?
um,
They did a new
I do
Brack the
not.
first one. I don't remember what their second one was. I forgot to write it down. That's all right. A new Brack ban. Hmm. I mean, there's a lot of team fighting here, right? So I get banning a new Brack. You don't want to deal with a cocoon, right? So that I get.
Right.
Um. Hmm.
So we might see a first pick Malthael here. If the new Brack gone, the Cocoon is a nice counter to Tormented Souls.
Right.
But I could see him going on a first pick Abathur here too. Ooh.
Ooh, ooh.
Mm.
That means Genji's open too.
Mm. I would prefer the first. Okay, here comes the Dahaka.
I mean, Dahaka. Okay, so Dahaka tells me they're probably not going Abathur at this point.
No, yeah. Either TQ takes it,
Right.
or we just won't see it at all after that. I don't think. Yep, there it is.
All right. Okay. You know what? Well,
So
no, with the Dahaka, maybe not. Go ahead.
I'm thinking they probably need to go into maybe an Uther Genji here. Take another
You can't
good.
Uther. Uther's banned.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the Uther's banned. So maybe the Malthael. Uh, Stitch's Malfurion. Okay. Both good on this map. Able to poke out the objective. Lots of open spaces for Stitches to get value out of the hook.
Oh, there's tons of places to hook on this map. This is probably my favorite map to run the hooks.
Malthael making it pretty far down this draft.
I'm surprised he is still not taken, especially when you consider that there's a lot of team fighting on this map. A lot of team fighting on. It's not like Blackheart's Bay where it's all PvE, right? Like there is a lot of team fighting on this map.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that there's less of a priority on the Malthael if there's not like a choke point? Like, do you think that he's more prioritized in those types of situations?
Possibly, but see, Kael'thas being banned out is a good reason, right? Like Kael'thas is super strong for the same reason. In a choke point, Kael'thas does a ton of damage to you. So you ban out Kael'thas because you don't want to deal with the choke point, and you don't want to deal with the I'm gonna just drop my Phoenix on top of the shrine, and you can't channel, right? Like
Yeah. And that KT is a nice follow up to the Stitches. That might be what they're thinking there. They got
also, yep.
the Stitches hook, the root, and then the stun from KT.
No, I agree. All of those things are correct. Tyrael's all right. I get that, right? Tyrael Greymane Abathur is crazy strong. So you have a Greymane, you have an Abathur, you need a tank, you need a healer, and you need a 5th. I kind of like Muradin actually here.
Yeah, Muradin's good with the Abathur.
Arthas would also work. We saw Arthas and Abathur work quite well earlier. So Arthas could work.
Yeah, I think I'd prefer... Well, I don't know who I'd prefer. I think both would be pretty good here.
Personally, I like the Muradin because then you take a little bit of pressure off your healer. I mean, Muradin is like super tanky, right? To this day, Muradin is still probably one of the more tanky tanks.
Maybe see an Illidan here, pair with the.
All right.
So they seem to like the Sonya, so that's going to go well with the Abathur. Okay.
But like, you're really not gonna solo lane your Sonya. So, because Abathur's going to do your Sonya solo lane. I mean, I can see running it as part of the group. Oh, see, now at this point, you've basically drafted yourself out of the Malthael. So you know he's not getting picked up. I could, like Boomer says, I could see the Medivh with the Stitches over with the new guys.
Genji hasn't been picked yet. Could get a Genji pickup here with the Stitches.
You can still do the Malthael on the new guys, right? That would still work for them too.
Yeah, I think Malthael would work. Even Lunara, Tychus. Okay.
All right. I mean, I guess that makes sense with Abathur when you consider Abathur could clone Sonya or ETC as well, right? And then Tychus gets a ton of value because now all of a sudden it's, 3 warriors. Like
they got a good ETC, or they got a nice mosh pit interrupt with the Tychus as well. So that might be what they were thinking there.
Yeah, quick grenade. That actually gives them 1, 2, 3. I think post 16. Is it 16 when Dahaka gets the longer tongue? I feel like it is.
Yes.
So I think post 16 the tongue will actually interrupt mosh pit as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that gives them, four mosh pit interrupts, everybody but Malfurion. So as long as Malfurion's not in that mosh pit, it's interruptible. All right, but doesn't matter what we think anymore. Game 3 in this best of 3 going down right now. New guys versus TQ. On the blue team for new guys, we have Stu Manchu playing that Dahaka. Santa Claus on his Stitches, Grim on the Tychus, Phoenix on Malfurion, and Ataro on Li Ming.
And on the side of TQ, we've got Redian on ETC, Waddle on Abathur, Woven on Sonya, Renray on Rhaegar, and Fatal on Greymane.
So, I can't remember. I feel like Stu played Stitches earlier. I could be wrong. For the new guys. I feel like I gotta start writing that down too. And it was Stitches Dahaka, but I could be wrong. Maybe Stu was up top lane and they're doing it the same way.
Yeah, I think I recall Santa Claus being the Stitches.
Right? So I'm not crazy. Like that's what I was thinking. Alright. Oh. We do have enhanced agility coming out. Let's see what happens. So ETC is kind of stuck here. Like, into a Tychus, your block talent is kind of useless. Because Tychus just, like, chews right through it. But he did go block party anyway. I personally would have liked to have seen him gone Frog Rock. But, all right, okay.
Yeah, Prog Rock is probably the way I would have gone as well. Is Aggressive Shredding the other talent? I can't remember what the other...
Aggressive Shredding is on 13 or 16.
Okay. I can't ever remember what... Or some other guitar talent. I can't
remember. There definitely is another one out there. I just don't remember what it was either. All right, so we have Abathur soaking middle, Sonya versus Dahaka top. And a nice little skirmish going on 3-on-3 bottom lane right now.
Yeah, they're going to try to make sure that they keep 3 men down here on the bottom and for TQ, make sure that they have the Abathur going back and forth between middle and top, with the Sonya sort of rotating and pressuring the Dahaka. And then once a shrine pops, Abathur will move to the top or bottom accordingly and keep the pressure on the opposite side of the map.
I feel like Stitches is looking for a hook, but not quite able to find one. Oh, there it is.
Nice root follow up there too. Rhaegar's getting pretty low, but so is the Stitches, and nice body block from ETC to secure that kill.
Oh man, that started setting up nicely for New Guys to get that kill, but instead we see TQ turning it around. Now we still have a 3-on-3 bottom lane, but no warrior. So this is going to be one of those poke fights. Dahaka getting his side, Sonya getting her side, so one each. But Dahaka coming down, and all of a sudden it's 4-on-3. Ooh,
Abathur hat on the Greymane keeps him up, but he's able to get out of here.
Tyka's down, and we have a, what is that now? We got a 4-on-4 going. Sonya made her way down.
With Sonya in here, with Sonya coming down, New Guys is going to need to get out.
With the Stitches and that drag, I think they can make this work. They might actually get a kill on the Sonya. Not quite. She's able to get away. I wouldn't have minded seeing a hook there either onto that Rhaegar or the Sonya, though. But that works.
This out really nice. Nice root follow-up, but the Rhaegar with the Abathur is going to be enough to keep him alive.
Dahaka taking so much damage there, even burrowing to try and stay alive. Not going to be able to do it. This should be a tower, these tower shots going over to TQ. You know, this is one of those situations where it's almost like, guys, just let it go, man. It's not worth the deaths, and being down the 4 shots that early, not a big deal.
Yeah, especially with the Abathur, the longer that New Guys delays this, the more that it actually goes in the favor of TQ. They're going to get more Abathur value up in the top lane.
Right. And that's the problem, right? The longer New Guys tries to force that fight, the further and further ahead TQ can get. It's almost like to TQ's advantage to say, all right, you guys want to slow us down? That's cool. We'll just chill here. Sure. Let's do this. Oh, Stitches might have been in trouble there. Greymane was looking to come in with that ETC, but Stitch is able to get away thanks to some roots from Malfurion. ETC not really a great hook target.
Yeah, it's got lots of responses there.
Also, I would be okay not seeing Stitches on a surfboard. I'm just gonna throw. I love Stitches, not on a surfboard though.
You got to get the unicorn,
right? The little purple unicorn that works. All right, so Sonya taking top lane, Sapper Camp, pushing those in to try and work down this wall. It's gonna take a little bit of damage. Dahaka not able to keep the sappers off the wall, but clearing the other minions.
Sonya taking Poison Spear at level 7. That's one of my favorites. I know it's not very common. A lot of people opt into the focused attack. But it's going to give just a little bit more damage, a little bit more energy generation or wrath. And going to kind of outpace the Malfurion.
I actually like Poison Spear, to be honest, on her level 7. I think that's a better talent, in my opinion. In general, but it looks like TQ is gonna just go ahead and let New Guys have this one.
That's gonna even up the shots.
Well, they did have a little skirmish, and both sides took a good chunk of damage. Again, Stitches hooking that Greymane, but not able to land a kill. That has me concerned at this point. The root follow-up has been there almost every time. Stitches has been there every time. And Li Ming has been there every time, and they have not been able to get a kill on that Greymane. And I feel like at this point they should have been able to do that.
Yeah, that might change as we get later into the game, but especially with Malfurion taking the heal reduction on the level 7 with the root, so that's going to get even more value later into the game, but we'll see.
Greymane was really low right there and almost got hooked into that Stitches, but Fatal escaping with just a sliver of life, able to go ahead and be back to base along with Rhaegar, resetting their health and mana back to full. Both teams sitting at just under 9.5. Pretty close XP and tied tower shot wise.
Yeah. New guys again doing a good job to stay on pace with the globals on the side of TQ, and that's really important against this Abathur.
Absolutely. That's one of the two things Abathur really brings for you. The ability to soak, and then the ability to clone another hero at level 10, which is even stronger. We do see him picking that up. Mosh Pit is the choice here, and we have a double altar spawn at the top with both teams sitting on 10, and Stitch is kind of walking around by himself. That has me a little worried. He looked like he wanted to die there.
He's unafraid of the cursed bullet, apparently. Probably just going to get an even trade on the side of these
that's
towers.
what I would like to see. I mean, all right, as a caster, I'd like to see them like full on. Let's fight it out over both of them. But let's be honest. Like you guys need to play this right. You totally have to just even trade those. We do have Stitches and Malfurion rotating top though, and Dahaka. This could be a dead Sonya, but in comes the clone Sonya, looking to do damage. Oh, real Sonya goes down. Clone Sonya goes down as well. That worked really well for new guys. They rotated up top lane, grabbed that camp, and looks like they're in a good position to grab this boss real quick and just take four shots. So, not going to do it.
So Sonya did not take the root removal on her Whirlwind at level 4, and so that reduced healing for Malfurion at level 7 was able to kind of negate all of her Whirlwind healing.
Ooh, Greymane in a bad spot. I don't think he's going to survive this. And so, you know what? This is interesting. So what we see is new guys finally came online at 10, and now they're rotating and like, all right, it's cool. We're just going to, out-rotate you and kill you everywhere. Like, if you're on the map, we're going to kill you.
Yeah, they just need to keep this momentum going.
Well, and it's absolutely doable at this point, right? All they need to do is continue rotating around the map. Rhaegar now showing solo. That scares me. That should be a dead Rhaegar right here. Roots.
Nice.
Good night, Rhaegar. Like, at this point, if you're anybody... Oh, and out comes the Jaina animated beach spray.
Dahaka's in some trouble up top. Sonya and ETC might get a kill on him. The adaptation's popped. He's able to limp away.
And I think for both teams at this point, you cannot show by yourself on the map. If you show by yourself at this point, you're going to die.
Both teams have very strong gank potential.
You think we're going to trade again, or you think they're going to try and...
looks
we're
like
get a little pokey poke.
I think Team New Guys is going to try and use their 13 advantage as much as they can.
Oh, that could be a dead ETC.
It is.
I like this decision, not going in hard. And then Greymane came in. Well, that wasn't really Greymane, but it was a clone of Greymane. Came in and ended up dying, but saved real Greymane in the by doing so.
Yeah, and they use that Odin to zone the team out and allow Li Ming to channel up top.
Yeah, no, that was a good move by you guys all around, and now you get to the interesting part of this map. So once you take the first tower away from your enemy, stuff starts to get interesting, because now they have to either react to you taking their bell tower away by taking it back, or you push them off of it, or fight around it, or like weird stuff starts to happen after the bell towers start going over to other teams. And I like this. Looks like New Guys is looking to guide their sapper camp in bottom here and get those free shots onto TQ's core. I like this move. This aggressive move. Playing aggressive has worked out for them so far. and they need to keep on the gas, right? Don't let up. Stay on top of them.
Absolutely. They've and TQ has tried to use the Sonya camping ability with the Abathur follow-up push to try and out-structure new guy. Oh, and this Twilight Dream gets rid of the Rhaegar.
And the Rhaegar clone. He's going down as well. Looks like at least 2 sappers are still alive. Nope. Take that back. 1 sapper. Not going to get over the wall, but that gives new guys a 16 versus 14 advantage. And all it cost them was Twilight Dream and a hook. And now it's the 3 altar spawn. Granted, 20 seconds, everybody will be up, but 16 versus... Alright, let's say it's 16 versus 15 at that point, right? Potentially you'll have your 15, but you're not going to be 16 versus 16 at that point. So... And now with the timing of this bottom camp, you have to either stop the bottom camp or those 3 shots go in. The Haka's taking his altar, unless they stop him. It looks like they're rotating to try and stop him.
Yeah, I like the commitment from Team New Guys to just stay in the bottom because they knew that the Haka was up there. They committed to getting that camp, and they end up getting both towers.
And here comes the boss.
Possibly, they're going to get this boss.
Oh, 100% they're grabbing this boss.
Yeah, as I was saying, on the side of TQ, they were trying to use the Sonya to get the nice Merc capability and just, pressure the map. And then what we would see from them is a Sonya taking a camp, would move to another lane, then the Abathur would then transition to the lane that the camp was in and try to help push that, but then Dahaka would respond and just cancel out the wave. And so they haven't really been able to get a lot of value out of this quite yet.
No, they haven't, and so this is interesting too. So they lost their bell tower bottom that they had taken away from TQ, right? But now they're pushing in top. They're going to take this top bell tower, and if they can get 2 bell towers, they can end the game. But bottom lane, we have TQ pushing in really hard, trying to take away the New Guys bell tower, and it looks like they are actually going to do so before New Guys makes it down there. Stitches looks like he's attempting to come out. So
yeah, this is what you got to do on this map is instead of trying to play defensively, you got to just counter push the other team. You don't want to be in a constant game of catch up. You have to instead apply pressure elsewhere on the map. Don't get trapped into responding.
Right. And I've seen weird things happen though, where teams like where the right side becomes all 3 blue and the left side becomes all 3 red, and like you're basically trapped in your base at that point, right? Like you have to run through the opposing team's bell tower, or use the tunnel, which is like in and of itself a trap. So this is interesting. I think New Guys is in a good spot. They do have a tier. They're on even tier now. They only have a level lead. I would like to see them move out of here, maybe fight over the shrine. But, like, don't go crazy, right? Like, take a good fight. Out comes the Ancestral Healing, though.
Yeah, ETC did a nice job of trying to separate the Stitches with the Cursed Bullet, but the Ancestral just kept him up, and they are getting punished for this.
Down goes Rhaegar. Looks like ETC is about to go down. He did land a mosh pit, sort of. They couldn't quite finish him off, but just take... All right, so... Take your 4 shots. Send somebody. Take your 4 shots. Just keep them pushed off. But with Stitches down, that becomes more difficult.
Greymane turns it on the Dahaka.
And Dahaka down.
And the Sonya follows up.
3-4-3. We have Greymane Abathur versus Malfurion and Tychus. And this is why I said back out. Take your 4 shots. Don't keep pushing. Like, I get if you can take the bell tower. That's an extra shot. But now you've given a lot of XP over to TQ, right? So instead of being almost 20 and them sitting at 18 and a half, they're at 19. They're only a level down. And before the next altar spawn, they're going to hit 20. So you have to either force before that or you're fighting again on an even talent tier. And we just saw them fight on even talent tier. It did not go, I think, the way New Guys thought it would. And Tychus just died.
Invade.
Like, the staggered death timers are going to hurt New Guys more than anything else is at this point.
That I think that was a really good response from TQ. They knew that there was at best only 2 people at that camp, and they know that they have to be aggressive in order to take this map back and
Right.
wrench it out of the hands of new guys.
And so they are,
They
right?
they have to get 20. They have a shimmer of light for a comeback here, and they're doing exactly what they need. They're going to try and take down the top campus, top fort as well, and maybe follow up afterwards with the top camp, try to get some shots in.
Well, both teams are 20 now, so even talent tiers, but still a man down on the side of new guys waiting for that Tychus to respawn. Because at this point, yeah, it takes a long time to come back up. Looks like they're not going to try and take that camp. It looks like they're going to try and push new guys off of taking back this bell tower. I don't like this move. That's better.
They need to focus on what they can do, and they need to just continue putting pressure elsewhere on the map.
I like this decision of going bottom and looking to perhaps take out bottom. You know what though? New guys sitting on 3 altars, they only need 2 shots. Get everybody healthy. Protect this bell tower. Win the altar. Like, Dahaka doesn't need to be split right now. Dahaka needs to be with the team. Here he comes in. This is the fight. Out comes the Twilight Dream. Damage is going out. Ancestral is used. Clone is dead. So 5 on 4 with the hat.
Nice follow up on the. Oh, this is going to turn around with the nice
pit.
mosh pit. Sonya did a nice job of turning attention away from the stitches to finish off that Dahaka, and that's going to be a bell tower.
Yep.
And a turn it for.
So 5 shots going over, but still 20-2, right? This is by no means is this game over.
They're going to get all 3, and they're going to get some free shots here after they get this mid fort.
Nah, Li Ming and Stitches are going top. I think they're going to be able to recover that first, especially with Sonya and Greymane stopping to pick up the camp to get those 3 shots. Yeah, Stitches and Li Ming should be able to finish this. Even though now we have the Abathur hat on the structure. Oh, it looks like no. They're not. They're going to get at least
1 or 2 shots
yeah.
here. And a boss. Signs of life on the side of TQ. These 2 teams have been really fun to watch.
It's straight up back and forth, man. All right, all right. So that was probably and 3 shots from the bottom. That was the best case scenario for TQ at this point. And now they're pushing in and saying, "All right, what do we take next? Let's start the rolling. We're gonna keep taking back your structures." So top bell tower going over to TQ. Oh, that could be 2 shots. I don't know that the minions can stop them, so that should be 2 shots. But it looks like, all right, New Guys is rotating up, and this is the trick. All right, New Guys takes back that top bell tower, right? Ignore everything else. Take back your top bell tower so that you have 3. All you need is 1 of the altars. You can already see Abathur's moving around, getting ready to take the close altar on the side of TQ.
And it's going to all come down to this fight right here. Rhaegar's going to go ahead and do the channel. The hook onto the Greymane, though, and Rhaegar's not there.
They got to kill him. And there's the kill, but a 3-man mosh pit in the back doing
They're
work.
going to go ahead and clone the Sonya and get the Li Ming. Rhaegar's here now. He does have he pops the Storm Shield. They're just tearing apart at New Guys.
Oh, Grim's so low on that Tychus. He goes down. Malfurion also low. And out comes the Ancestral. Oh, that was a great slide. And, oh, man. ETC doing work there. That's going to be a 5-man wipe. And that's game.
That's GG.
GG going over to
Wow.
TQ. Finishing that game off.
Such a great series from both of these teams.
Well played.